All right. Welcome from different countries, from different states, from different cities. My name is Shofu Babalola Theophilus, and right here, right now, this is Pest Experience Show, and you are listening to your number one online radio station, the light that you personally, exactly you. I'm talking to you exactly that you need, the light you need on Insight Radio.
Orúkọ mi ni Mrs. Ọmọṣẹ́yìn Ọmọtọ́lá. Ẹ máa gbọ́ Insight Radio. Stay tuned. God bless you.
Hello, my country people. Now welcome. I just want to say, make una dey listen to Insight Radio. Make you dey connected. Actually, you fit log with this link onto the website on www.insightradio.net. Make una no miss am o. Na your girl. Thank you.
My name is Shofu Babalola Theophilus. I'm your host for today. Well, last week we discussed about proactive pest management. We brought in a special guest in our midst on this same Pest Experience Show. We brought in a guest right here from Nigeria, the one and only pest control prof on Insight Radio, where we talked about proactive pest management, on how you can be proactive in terms of pest control, in terms of pest management, in terms of your own commercial facility as a homeowner and also as a professional in the pest control game. So quick one. It's going to be really simple today, and it's going to be a follow-up of what we've discussed and what we are discussing for this month of August. All right, so right now, right here, I don't have any guests for this show, but trust me, next week we're bringing up a guest, and I really want you to stay tuned to this Insight Radio. From the beginning to the end, every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m., you get to hear different educative insight, webinars, free tips, environmental standards, and also certifications from different countries, from different states. You get educated. That's the major reason why we have Insight Radio. As a pest control professional, if you're listening as a pest control professional, I want you to keep and subscribe to our newsletters so you can get weekly webinars and trainings from different countries, from different states, and also different cities. So you get exposed to how they do it in other countries. Fantastic evening once again. And today's topic is about structural pest management. All right? Structural pest management. It sounds really simple to hear, but a little bit, one of the things are really involved when you talk about structural pest management. You need to actually stand and think about it. Structural pest management. Stay tuned as I'm going to go on a quick break right now.
Just imagine a rat crawled into your house, strolled past your dining to sit at your feet. This baby's a child you can't scold, but still he shares your rent, rest, and even your meal. So what would do majorly is to educate our prospective and existing clients on how to prevent pest invasion and reduce infestation. To also give insight on hidden facts, tips, and strategies for prompt eradication of pests. Follow us on our social media platforms at SB Fumigation Services and on Instagram at SB Fumigation_service. For inquiries, please call 070844211068.
Structural pest control is the control of household pests. All right. When we talk about pest control, when we talk about structural pest management, it's basically the control of household pests, which includes the rodents, the insects, the wood-destroying pests like termites, and the other household pests, including those railroads, cars, and ships, and also airplanes, the pests that you can find in all those facilities. It includes all those things. Then the practice of structural pest control, it definitely includes you engaging and offering to engage or advertising and soliciting for the performance of the identification of infestation or infection, and it is the making of an inspection for the purpose of identifying or attempting or to identify structures that are infested by pests. This also involves recommendations and estimates for treatment of pests. Alright, so these are the things that are really involved with structural pest management. Generally, there are three different ways that are really involved in structural pest management, which involves prevention, number one, and a working knowledge of the building design. Alright, and communication with clients. When we talk about structural pest management, it has to do with the management of structural pests. And those structural pests that we are talking about right now involves the use of both indoor pests and also outdoor. What I mean by indoor pests are something like bed bugs. We look at termites, we look at houseflies. Houseflies too are also outdoor pests, alright? So we have different outdoor pests and we have indoor pests. But when we talk about indoor, those are the pests that you can actually find inside your facility that cannot survive out there. Alright, so we look at some things like feral ants. Ants, they are specifically made as a nuisance indoor pest. Alright, feral ants are basically indoor pests. But when we talk about other ants, other species of ants like carpenter ants, Argentine ants, those ones you can find them outside. You can find fire ants, very good. Fire ants, you can find them definitely outdoors because they can actually survive outdoors. When we look at other pests, we look at some other outdoor pests, birds, look at birds, look at other pests. So, but when we are talking about structural pest management, this involves both the indoor and outdoor pest control. And definitely when we are looking at structural pest management, it involves a working knowledge, preventive measures, and how the professional communicate to the client. Now, let me now give you a very good example. Is that before you can be a pest control operator in some other countries, you must have a license, all right, a certification. Before you can get a license, you must have a certification of general pest control or probably structural pest control educational certification before you can get a license in another state, in another country. All right, so it's important that you get to understand what is really involved with structural pest management. About the three major different ways that differs both structural pest management and integrated pest management for other industries. And what integrated pest management means is the way of monitoring pests and giving the best strategy to reduce and also get rid of that pest without or less use of pesticides. That's what integrated pest management is. Let me give you an example because this is Pest Experience Show. I'm going to view from my own experience. And as a professional that you're listening to me right now, all you need to do is go to the comment sections and drop your own experience. Let us know what's your experience on pest control generally, probably integrated pest management or probably structural pest management. You drop your comment on the comment chat box. And all you need to do is just to sign in with your name. If your name is Tunde, just sign in as Tunde, then drop your comment there, and I will be glad to read them out on air. So informations are really, really important when we talk about structural pest management. Information is key. Information is powerful. There are different informations to collect and analyze in managing a particular site when you are trying to get rid of pests in that particular site, which involves physical characteristics of that building. Number one, the physical characteristics of the building, environmental and human health protection concerns. So if you're looking at a particular facility now, there are certain facilities that you are not meant to use a fogger or probably what they call smoke fumigation generally. All right, call it smoke fumigation. That's what some other people know it to be in Nigeria, for example. You need to understand when and where to apply this type of equipment. How can you apply them? What method and where do you need not to apply and where you need to apply them. All right, these are health concerns and also environmental concerns, because if drifts should happen when you are smoking an environment, there's possibility that the drift, or probably what I mean by drift is the wind blowing the smoke to another location beyond just the location that you are targeting as a pest professional. All right, if drift should happen, it takes away this smoke to another location which is totally different from where you are expecting the smoke to penetrate. Alright, so if it penetrates into a living or residential facility, then definitely you are going to be harming the people living in that facility or in that apartment. So all those things need to be put into considerations when you are doing a structural pest management. And also, there are other informations which involves record of pest problem, post-pest problem. What I mean by post-pest problem is possible pests that could happen. So you have an existing structure. All you need to do as a professional is to look at this facility, look at the facility, look at the apartment, and detect what are the possible pests that can survive in this kind of area. How is the environment prone to pests? What are the characteristics of some other pests that can actually cause a pest to survive? Let me give you an instance. I went for an inspection on Saturday morning to visit a facility in another city. In that facility, they complained about ants. Alright, ants in particular. And I got to that facility to inspect the place. Well, it was raining, so I wasn't so fortunate to check the ground floors, baseboards, outdoors. That's outdoor, because some of these ants, some of other species of ants can survive outdoor. So we have over, like, let me give you like 3 major ants. We have the Argentine ant, we have fire ants, and we have this what they call barrel ants. So on my inspection that very day, it was yesterday, I saw that these ants are actually moving from one location to another. Alright, that's the characteristics of ants generally. Alright, they move from one location to another, but there's something unique about this particular ant. Alright, there's something very, very unique about this ant. And on getting to that location, the clients are already, before getting to the location, the clients has already sent me a video of the ants walking through their own trail. Alright, and you know that these ants actually have what they call semiochemicals that allow them to move in trails. Alright, that will be a discussion for another day. So they move through that trails to another location from the bedroom down to the sitting room. Alright, so imagine in a 3-bedroom apartment. So they move from the bedroom area to the sitting room, and they're coming from just one crack from the windowsill down to the sitting room. Alright, this is as a result of the video. And on getting there yesterday, the client has already sprayed insecticide on that trail. And what I mean by spraying insecticide on that trail, and the reason why the treatment, this particular ant is super different from another ant as a result of that trail, is that when you disturb feral ant, the trail would scatter, and not all of those ants, alright, will die. So, which means that if not all of them would die, you are not killing the colony, or you are killing some of the species, some of the ants. And there is possibility that these ants will also join back to create another colony, which they call budding. This is called budding. So, what I mean by budding is that they move from different locations, they create different colonies all around. And this can also worsen the situation. That's what I mean by recording the post-pest problems and also inspecting the facility for possible pest infestation. So something like that will result not just into the colony, but will result into infestation. Because as she's spraying this particular trail, they are creating another one. They are creating another one from the sitting room. They are creating to the bedroom. They are creating from the bedroom to the dining, from the dining to another room. So definitely an infestation is coming up, which is yet to be known. Alright, so if action is not taken ahead of time, we are bringing up another infestation generally. And that's why it's important as a professional, as a pest control professional, your eyes has to be at the top and your eyes has to be down the ground. Alright, and this same inspection, like I said, there are 3 types of ants, and it was raining that day. It made it more easy to say, okay, this type of ants cannot survive outdoor in a raining season. Some type of ants can actually survive indoor, like the feral ants can survive indoor. But yet, I've not seen the species of that. Before I could detect it, I've not yet seen that species by then. But I've seen that the trail has been disorganized, and outdoor, it's raining, alright? So I went inside that facility. I went to the apartment that complained that has the highest number of infestation. I went there, and I discovered that, like I said, the trail has been disorganized. So I went down, I looked at the species of that ant. I looked at the color, I looked at the the size of the antenna. I looked at also the abdomen, and I discovered that this is possibly going to be a feral ant. Number one, I've seen the fact that the trail has been disorganized and they're trying to build up another one. That's one. And number two, I've seen that the color and the size of the antenna matches that of a feral ant. Alright. When we talk about carpenter ants, when we talk about fire ants, those ones are outdoor. It's raining, and definitely in the raining season like this, they won't want to come in. Alright. Another thing again that I noticed from communicating to that particular client while asking questions is that, where do you notice this pest from? He said when the first time they saw the trail was moving from the bedroom to the sitting room, and where they are going to in that sitting room contains food. All right, that place contains food. All right, so from there I could discover that now this is feral ant, because I have 3 good facts already that's giving me that this particular species is going to be the species that I'm treating against. All right, so from inspection I've gotten the pest, and generally, even in IPM, integrated pest management, or even structural pest management, in generally pest management, proper identification of the pest is really, really, really important first before you can dabble into pest control. You need to first understand the type of pest that you're treating against and exactly what's the best treatment method without using or less use of pesticides. That's exactly what integrated pest management strategy. I still have about 6 informations that you need to collect and analyze in pest management, but stay tuned. This is Pest Experience Show. All you need to do right now is to go and install the Insight Radio mobile app on Google Play Store, and also you can also share this link for other homeowners and also professionals so they can be able to learn from the wealth of knowledge coming right here on Insight Radio. Stay tuned. My name is Shofu Babalola, SP for short. I love you guys. Welcome back. This is still Insight Radio. If you're just joining, we are discussing about structural pest management and how and what are the informations that needs to be collected and needs to be analyzed before dabbling into pest management. Alright, like I've mentioned of physical characteristics of the building, you need to understand the look of that building and understand the environmental and also human health protection concerns of that particular building that you want to also analyze or probably treat for. Alright, so I also mentioned about the record of post-pest problems and also treatments that needs to be used in the control of the particular pest that you have actually seen in that particular environment or in that particular apartment. Also, this is the 4th one. Jot things down. So another information that you need to also collect or analyze is the maintenance practice and also preventive measures and treatments that needs to be involved in that treatment. Alright, so let me explain what I mean by maintenance practice. And I'm going to use the example of the inspection I did yesterday in that particular facility. What I mean by maintenance practice is that even after the inspection, I give out a report. And in that report, I give them full details of feral ants, give them the pictures and also the recommendations and also preventive measures in my own inspection report. Although even after the treatment, we're still going to give them a report of the treatment that we have done. In that report of the treatment that we have done, we are going to give them what they call recommendations and also checklists, all right, so that they can prevent these things from reoccurring, because that's when our job going to give us a 5-star review. Alright, so maintenance practice, like I said, in that particular feral ant Alright, pharaoh ants actually are really prone to humid environments with water, environments with clutters of food around. Clutters, also food, crumbs from food items. They are really, really prone to all those things. They make them really, really vulnerable, make the apartment really vulnerable to such an insect. Alright, so look at ants now. They breed underground and their colonies are literally where you cannot access, meaning that their colonies can be inside the wall, can be down under the ground, can be where nobody can access. That's where their colony is. So you can't see the colony. And for you to avoid them from coming in, you have to seal. You have to seal those entry and exit points that you've noticed, because they're coming from somewhere and they're going to another place. Alright. So if you notice that they are moving to the food source, please take away the food source. Keep them and store them in airtight container. Number one, make sure that there are no crumbs on the floor. What I mean by crumbs is this: when you eat bread, alright, bread, you can actually squeeze it and you see these things coming out from it, alright. So all those things get the environment prone. And remember, these insects are really, really smart and fantastic, well made by God, that they can actually sense food even when they are hiding inside. Imagine, from a 3-bedroom apartment, they are moving from one room down to the sitting room. My goodness, like, I was literally shocked. The video is extremely long and I was like, wow. I think I'm going to post that on my Instagram page so that you guys can see what I'm talking about, because the video is really, really I was like, wow, what kind of insect is this? Alright, if you see them moving in their millions, their soldiers and their workers right there searching for food. Their workers are searching for food, their soldiers are protecting them, and the queen is right in the colony sitting down there. And the only treatment method that can be done in that kind of thing is to use what they call a non-repellent pesticide to be able to go to the colony and destroy the whole colony. So they're going to feed on it and get to it without them knowing that they've actually been infested. That's a strategic move. They call it integrated pest management. The strategic move in the control of pharaoh ant. And also, the fifth point is the financial and other resources available to implement the IPM program. So these are the informations that you need to pass to the clients and also need to tell them. In my report, I give the quotation. This is what we're going to do. We're going to calc some of the entry points and exit points. This is the price, and this is the price of my own service charge to do a perimeter treatment for the whole building. And indoors, outdoors, the main building, outside the main fences and all, because it's a general problem in the environment, because that environment is actually close to a riverbank. And what I mean by riverbank is that the ants can actually be underground. The colonies are definitely going to be underground. Like 4 different buildings in that particular environment have the same issue. So it's a general problem. The colonies are breeding underground. Alright, underground. So the best thing to do there is to give what they call the perimeter treatment. Alright, another things that are really, really important is the regulatory requirements that are really involved and that needs to be applied in this kind of treatment. Alright, so these are the 6 major informations to collect and also analyze in the management of a structure in pest management. Alright. So those are the 6 major informations that needs to be collected and also be analyzed in management of site when you want to do a structural pest management. Another thing that is really, really important when we talk about structural pest management is that there are basic components on IPM, what they call integrated pest management strategy plan. So if you missed the last proactive pest management discussion with Pest Control Prof on Insight Radio, it is now available on the site. If you're listening to me right now on the site, all you need to do is just scroll up so you can be able to see recorded sessions, alright, recorded show. You will see pest experience, proactive pest management. So play it and listen to it so you get a lot of information about integrated pest management and integrated pest management strategy. So there are plans that are really involved as a basic component that really involved here. Number 1, education of the pest management technician. If a technician is not well informed, he will definitely not pass the correct message that is meant to pass. Alright, so in my own inspection, what I did is to inspect the facility, look at the type of pest, identify the pest that is a pharaoh, and give the clients a very good report, well detailed report that this is the species of insects that we want to treat against, and these are the steps of what we are going to do for you. This is the treatment procedures, this and this is what we are going to do in this facility. If you pass the correct information, even though your price is high, definitely they are going to pay for it because they understand that you are going to give them the value that they really desire. And also site inspection and identification of all pest problems is really important. These are the components of IPM plan. Our client education. Client education is like the number one key in Inside Radio and also in SP Fumigation Services. Number one key, we educate our clients in and out on our platforms, on our systems, on our websites and all. We educate our clients. It's really important. Pest prevention include exclusion, sanitation, and habitat alteration. Yes, what I mean by habitat alteration is a very good statement because you are looking at something that would disrupt their own facility, disrupt where the pest has actually created a 4-bedroom apartment in your own apartment. You have to destroy that apartment that they have deputed in your own facility. And for you to do that, you have to be well informed and also be educated in where and how this pest actually get into your apartment. If you understand the causes, if you understand the major reasons why they are there, then definitely you are going to take them out without you being overstressing yourself. Alright, so another thing is a selection of thresholds and also suitable monitoring methods. So what I mean by threshold is to look at selection of thresholds and suitable monitoring methods. So selection of use of control measures, and we involves using of pesticides. Sometimes you don't need to use pesticides in the treatment of some of these pests. All you need to do is just probably put a trap or probably put a bait in that facility. So selection and the use of control measures are really important. Also, establish a record keeping system is really important so you can be able to track the information, both your service report, your inspection report, your quotation, your invoicing, and every other information so you can be able to track each and every one of them so you can have a quality and effective solution for that client. Alright, so program evaluation is usually once in a year and it's really important so you can be able to evaluate what you intend to do and how you intend to do them. So regular communication with clients and also clients representation is really important also in integrated pest management strategy and also in structural pest management so that you can have a collective and effective result in whatever and how you do your things. So regular communications is important. So these are the 10 major basic components of integrated pest management. Like I said, we've discussed about structural pest management and we've discussed about the information that needs to be analyzed when we are talking about structural pest management and also the basic components of integrated pest management. My name is Shofu Paparola and this is Inside Radio. Right now, right here, this is Pest Experience Show. But I love you guys and stay tuned on this same radio station. This is your number one online radio station, Inside Radio.
Imagine a rat crawled into your house, strolled past your dining to sit at your feet. This baby's a child you can't scold, but still he shares your rent, rest, and even your meal. So what would do majorly is to educate our prospective and existing clients on how to prevent pest invasion and reduce infestation. to also give insights on hidden facts, tips, and strategies for prompt eradication of pests. Follow us on our social media platforms at SBO Fumigation Services and on Instagram at SBO Fumigation_service. For inquiries, please call 070844211068.
Every time you go to sleep, there could be thousands of these thirsty critters sucking your blood, growing and growing. And yes, they will kill you if you let them. So you need to watch this. Here's how to survive bed bugs. These little suckers are only the size of an apple seed, but each one eats up to 3 times its weight from your blood. And they are almost everywhere. Up to 1/10 of an average pillow's weight is not fluffy feathers, but bloodthirsty bed bugs. In the past decade, bed bug infestations have increased in high-income countries like the United States, Canada, and Europe. And they hide so well that you don't notice them until it's too late. So you might want to look under your mattress. But how do they get into your house? How much blood can they drink? And what are the early signs of infestation? Step 1. Keep your luggage off the bed. Even if you're a spotlessly clean person, the bed bugs only need you to sleep in a hotel or unpack your luggage on the bed, and they can jump into it, into your house, and infest it. But you can avoid this. When you're traveling, do not put your luggage on the bed, and wash your clothes immediately when you return home. Step 2. Look for the signs. Some of the first signs of infestation can be dark or rusty spots on your mattress and pillows. Also look for the small feces that bed bugs may shed in the corners of your bedroom, under the rugs, or carpet. Yes, my friend, those little poop balls were once your blood. And if you notice any of these signs, you cannot just take it easy. In 2016, a woman in Pennsylvania died of sepsis due to a bedbug infestation in the care facility she lived in. So look carefully. Step 3. Call the pros. Using common pesticides on bedbugs will only make things worse. They are evolving and can resist many pest control chemicals. So you'd only kill a few of them, and the rest will scatter over other furniture and fabrics all over your home. Each female bedbug can lay 5 eggs a day and hundreds of eggs in her lifetime. And 4 to 12 days later, her babies hatch, and they're thirsty. So you need to call pest control experts to get rid of them. They know how to treat these suckers. Step 4. Spread the word. If you call a professional, make sure everyone in the building knows the pros are coming. In 2017, an 82-year-old woman in Houston died after her apartment building's owner called in pest control experts without telling her. The experts heated her apartment to over 60 degrees Celsius to kill the bed bugs. But they did not tell the lady how long she had to stay away from her apartment. She came back too soon and died of hyperthermia. So call in the professionals and make sure everyone in the building knows when they're coming and what to do. Step 5. Get help. A severe bedbug infestation can be extremely distressing, and you may need help coping with it. In 2013, a woman committed suicide after repeated infestations in her apartment. In her suicide note, she directly blamed the vampires and her fear of being eaten alive. If you experience nightmares, flashbacks, and anxiety even after an infestation, seek professional help to cope with it. But if you think those were bad, wait until you see what these other tiny creatures can do. Find out here on how to survive a tick bite.